Hi everyone, welcome to Brambleberry Cottage. So this week we're tackling our coffee bar. Our coffee bar has served us well for a while now, and it's changed up many times. But this week we're going to change it yet again, but I'm excited about it. So what we loved about these beams is they were really cool and rustic looking. I still love them, and I'm going to utilize them in some other place. However, here it just doesn't serve us well because we do have things that are a little bit wider. When I put like some decorative items, or I put this up there, it's kind of hanging off the shelf, and I'm always worried that A, it doesn't look right, and B, if someone could get hurt because it could fall. So we bought nice brackets from Amazon that just came in today. We have these 2x3s we had from from different projects through the years, and we had roughed it up, and we have sanded them, and we had stained them. So we're going to stain the other side, and we're going to sand them down a little bit more to make sure they're not as rough. But what we're going to do is we're going to put these in twos, so it'll come out a little bit more, about there, and we're going to be able to hang more things on, put more things on them. The other thing is we really wanted this to be a really nice coffee bar. So we did add a couple of elements to it, like something for our K-cup, for the coffee maker. We have a mat to put down for the coffee, so if it spills, it doesn't land on our table here, because that's been an issue in the past and it started to stain. Although it's doing well now, we want to protect it. We're going to today do that, add a few elements, and have a nice coffee bar hopefully at the end. Jacob and I are going to tackle this project. Paul is getting much better, but this is still something that we have to do most of. And I'm excited. So in the end, we're going to have a really cool coffee bar. Thanks for joining us. Let's get started.
Yeah, good, perfect. Nice.
Yeah,
7 and 13 is what I would have said. Perfect. They all seem to match.
So here we are, it's finally finished. This wasn't a very long project. It took about 2 days, and mainly because we started later and we were waiting for certain things to arrive. But because of that, it took 2 days. But honestly, this could have been done in a matter of hours and in 1 day if we had had all our items ahead of time. So I just want to point out a few things. These beautiful shelves were made by my son, and it was his solution. When we took down the old shelving, basically there were old beams. When we took those beams down, they had torn up the wall behind it. So what we decided to do was try to match the paint, because we didn't have that paint on hand, and we were really trying to make this project affordable, and we honestly didn't feel like going out to the store to get paint. So We tried to match it by mixing some colors together, which we've done before, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes we're using it as a brand new color on a wall, but we really needed to match this. In doing that, it didn't work out, so Jacob came in and had a solution.
We put some Luan sheets over where they were. Really just a nice backing to the shelf. A lot more convenient. I think it worked out pretty nicely.
I do too. I think honestly it was better than the suggestions that we had. That's why you work together as a team, folks, because then you get some great ideas. And this was all Jacob's ideas. The brackets that they're sitting on were from Amazon. The wood we had on hand, not only the Luan, but the wood planks that they're sitting on, and we doubled the width of the shelves, which worked out great because we can fit things on better. The beams were cool, we loved them, but they were very, very thin and shallow. We decided to double the depth of that, and now we can fit more on it, and they look nicer because they're bigger shelves now. But that backing is honestly ingenious, and honestly, even if it didn't just rip up the walls, I wish I had thought of it, just because I think it makes the look even better. So great job, Jake.
Thanks.
We wanted some solutions, and we love setting up a bar, especially at this time of year. So we wanted things like mints. I didn't put out my marshmallows yet, but they'll probably come out. But we like to have cocoa involved in the tea and the coffee. So this isn't just simply a coffee bar. It's kind of a hot beverage bar. But coffee's a big thing in this house, so it's mostly coffee. We wanted a storage solution, as we do have, if you look further down, we do have a single serve K cup machine, almost like a Keurig, but it's a different name. And we also, next to it, just have a regular pot of coffee. We tried the double before. It doesn't work out, folks. It really, when a machine has to do too many things, it usually breaks down. So we decided on getting 2 machines. The one that we serve for multiple people, has the carafe there, we need filters. So we needed to put out filters for that machine. So what we have here is that basket we had seen on Amazon and some other places too, and they were almost $20 and sometimes even more than that. So that basket right there was pretty much the same look without the wooden top, and honestly I like it better. And that one was $1.25 at the Dollar Tree. A couple of things, that tree up there, that really pretty tree, and the tree down here, the wooden tree, are both from the Dollar Tree, both $5 each. I just wanted you to see what they have there at Dollar Tree at this time of the year. And you know what, it's great. Even with their more expensive section, it's only $3 and $5. So yeah, it can add up, so you have to be careful, but because it's easy to. Their quality is getting much better, and they have a lot more to offer. Also, the jar there in front on the second shelf to the left, we have a jar for our mint. That mint has been harvested in our backyard every season, and we now have a nice jar that looks like a mercury glass, but it's actually from Dollar Tree for $1.25. We had some labels on hand, and voila, we have some homemade mint tea, and I think it tastes pretty great.
Yes, I love the mint tea. If you grow some mint in your own garden, totally worth it. Ours is growing really well, so we never run out of it. It's a one-time investment, and you get mint tea indefinitely.
You do.
And it tastes just like you would get, from a store, probably better.
Because it's fresh from the garden, and it really does get invasive. I know a lot of people have said that to us when we've mentioned it. We know that, we actually like that. We just keep pulling it out and replacing it, replanting it in different areas, and it's purposeful, but we actually harvest it. We honestly could probably start a side business doing something with mint. I use it in my baking, I've used it in cakes, I've used it in all kinds of things. I've made homemade mint ice cream with it, and matcha cookies with it, with a mint flavor to it, and we also have it for tea. It's a really, really great thing. And you can actually even cut it fresh and put it in a vase to look pretty. It's just a really great investment. At the top here, where our candy canes are in, that jar that it's in was literally just an almond butter, where we buy our almond butter, and we basically cleaned it up, and you took the cover off, and it is a nice jar. So pay attention to those jars, folks, because sometimes it's just a simple jar you have laying around that may be kind of a neat, unique jar, and you can save it if you have a purpose for it. I used to save a bunch of jars all the time, and then it just kept piling up, and it was kind of silly, and then we just had clutter. So now I just look at a certain jar and go, what would I use this for? And if I don't have an answer, I throw it out. But this particular jar I had kept, so that was great. Next to it, the little hobnail, if you can see that it's a hobnail one, that particular jar with the cover has our Andes mints in it, which is great for the season. That jar is $1.25 at Dollar Tree. I was gonna spray paint it black, to give it a cool look, and I'm so glad I didn't. I'm glad I left it glass. It looks so great with the light shining on it and reflecting the light on the glass. So honestly, I love it, and it's a really cool design. A lot of things we just had on hand, our mugs and some of the decor, but I just wanted mainly to point out the 2 trees that we had gotten from Dollar Tree because I think they're great. We're lucky enough to have a lamp where I specifically bought this lamp years ago because I wanted to be able to interchange it for the seasons, and this particular season is my favorite. We have those little wool balls that you put in the dryer with your clothes. I save them. I clean them up after a few months when you're basically changing them out to new ones. I take them and have a bunch of snowballs for the winter season. So along with that are the silver glittery snowflakes that we got from the Dollar Tree, and voila, you've got an instantly decorated lamp. What's great about that is every single time I redo it, sometimes it's monthly, sometimes it's for the season, it's a new lamp every time. And honestly, you could probably change out the lampshade every now and then too. A couple of things we got from Amazon this week. For our K-Cups, we wanted to have an organizer. So I love this one. They have all kinds of cool ones. Depending on what your coffee bar is like, you can go with all different kinds of things. And we wanted something that was space saving, but also that I could still have something on top of it. And I love this because it's a shelf, but then you pull out a drawer and you have the K-Cups inside. Still have to fill it more for the season, but I'm excited. And then we have this drying mat. What's great about this is if you have a spill, as you know from the past, on our coffee bar tables, we've actually stained the wood and kind of ruined it where I had to keep redoing it. I've redone this table quite a few times, and now I don't have to do it anymore. If you look at some previous videos, you'll see we did a driftwood look to the top here by using a stain and a white paint. We just put a new mat down, so any spills that we do get, it shouldn't stain anything. And then further down, we just took some greens from our yard, from the arborvitae, and again, with some of those snowballs and some of those silver glittery snowflakes, and we made a little basket. And we also had some filler that I use for decorating, and I put that in there as well. So now we have kind of a wintry scene.
Oh, and in the drawer over here, we have our tea box that we made. This box here, as you would have seen, is basically just normal open top box, and we put 3 little dividers. So we have 4 columns to put our tea bags in, made of Luan, which we love to use. And we have just enough space left in the drawer for some loose leaf tea. Alright, well, thanks for watching, as always. We really appreciate it. And we'd really appreciate if you could drop a like on this video if you liked it, and leave a comment if you would like to leave a comment. We try to leave things open-ended enough where if you want to ask for some clarification, a little more detail on something, we'd love to respond to that. We love the engagement, it's really great. If you're liking this video, maybe you've seen some of our other videos, please consider subscribing. We're seeing that number crawl upward a little bit, and it's really nice to see. So if you'd like to be a part of that, we'd be really excited to see it, and we'd really appreciate it. So thank you very much. We hope you have a nice week, and we will see you next week. Goodbye.